Yo, what is up? What's happening, people? Oh, let's fix that camera up. Okay, we're good. We're decent. YouTube is good today. I'm gonna step over here on the podcast. It's been a minute. It's been a while. Had a hectic week, even a hectic day. But whatever. We're gonna do this shit, and I'm gonna deliver. That's what I'm here to do. All right. Let's see. Meathead on the mic. Episode number fucking 84. I mean, it flies. So we're almost at episode 100. So you know what that means. At episode 100, I think I'm gonna do a giveaway. So drop a comment down below if you would be interested in that. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. It's the very least I could do to show some love and support back to you guys and girls who showed love and support to me over the time period. So I'm gonna probably get into doing giveaways because that's like the cool thing to do, right? All right, so let's get loaded up on Instagram. Let's get loaded up on TikTok. Next week, we'll be back on Facebook. Yo, what's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's episode number 84. We are almost at episode 100. At episode 100, I might be doing a giveaway. So if you are interested in something like that, just drop a fire comment down below when you join. And then when we hit episode 100, I'll probably be doing a giveaway, all right, whether you guys want it or not, because you guys fucking deserve it. All right, so if you're new to this, of course, you are welcome to ask questions, drop comments as I go along, but I won't be actually responding to anybody until the end of the podcast recording. So, with that said, with that out the way, I hope you guys and girls had an amazing day. Let's get into episode number 84 of the Meathead on the Mic podcast, which is titled Your Truth is Absolute Bullshit. All right. And again, this one isn't going to be for the faint of heart. This one isn't going to be for, people that get triggered easily. But even if you do get triggered easily, I actually urge you to stick around and stay, the whole duration of the episode because you're going to hear some challenging beliefs and they might actually help you improve yourself. Okay. So I'm not here to rip you a new one, but I'm here to actually just tell you like it is instead of telling you what you want to hear. All right. So let's break into today's podcast episode recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your returning champion, IFBB PRO Matt Butale, coming at you with another topic. And today, I will be breaking down a real message. All right. As I said off air, if you're easily triggered, skip this episode or brace yourself. You're going to really see some challenging beliefs or listen to some challenging beliefs in this episode. All right. This episode is not for sheep. And if you are a sheep, and you want to be a wolf, this is the episode for you. All right. Also, don't forget to screenshot and share this podcast to your Instagram story and tag me at Matt Butale if you get support, or not if you get support, if you get information, if you get value, if you get anything that you think is constructive towards your life. If you want to support, you can do that. Also, I want to let you know that I will be doing a giveaway at 100 episodes. This is episode number 84. All right. So if you want to, participate in the 100 episode giveaway. All right. All I want you to do is be super active. All I want you to do is drop comments and drop questions whenever you feel like you've got something to get off of your chest. And of course, at the end of the recording, I will be answering you guys and girls. The most interactive person is likely going to win the giveaway anyway. I still haven't thought of a sort of format to give away whatever I'm giving away in or what I'm going to actually be giving away. But just let you guys and girls know, episode 100, in basically 16 episodes, I will be doing a giveaway just to show some love and appreciation and support to you guys and girls who've been supporting me the whole entire time. All right, so let's break into it. Let's dive into today's episode. Your truth is absolute bullshit. All right, hear me out. Something that I often hear when I go into the gym or just anywhere, if I'm even at a pizzeria or if I'm at a grocery store, anywhere I go, it could be at a fucking party or the club, people just randomly go up to me because I guess I'm jacked. I don't know, but they go up to me and they go, Matt, how do I lose my gut? Matt, how do I get bigger legs? Matt, how do I get ripped? And I always tell them what they want to hear, and that's a good thing, right? In a sense, to an extent, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I give them constructive advice, right? I say you want to lose your gut, stick to a calorie deficit, cut out inflammatory foods, and you're pretty much on your way to being there. You want to get bigger legs? Easy. Stop training legs like a pansy on leg day. You want to get ripped? Well, not as easy, but this is what you got to do. This is the constructive advice. I'll tell them to get ripped, not lean, but ripped. You've got to suffer. You've got to get into an extreme calorie deficit, not just a calorie deficit, an extreme calorie deficit after you were in a calorie deficit for a long period of time. And then you've got to keep your protein sky high and train like God is watching you. Like, really not let your foot off the gas. Like, that's what it takes to get extremely ripped, right? And these are the constructive things. These are the, this is the constructive type of advice that I would give to pretty much anybody, whether they knew me or not, that asked me, for advice, right? And even today, somebody in the sauna asked me for advice on, how to train legs or how to avoid lower back pain when training legs, right? And I gave this person constructive advice. And see, that's cool. And there's nothing wrong with giving constructive advice, right? Until it gets to a certain point. And now I'm going to break that down for you guys and girls. Whenever I give this constructive advice to anybody, they often what happens, not all the time, but often what happens is the person always says thanks, and then they walk off and go on about their day. As I said, which is cool. They asked me for something, they got their answer. Until they bump into me again at the gym and ask me the same fucking question. And again, I don't really get annoyed because I like helping people. If I really didn't like helping people, I wouldn't have answered them in the first place, right? But when they bump into me again at the gym and they ask a question, I have no problem with it. I have a problem if they ask the same damn question. You know what I mean? So it's the same fucking question. And it doesn't really piss me off, as I said, because I love to help people. But if we're being transparent, at a certain point, it just feels like a waste of time. Because I know you're just asking to ask and talking to talk. So instead of telling you what you want to hear, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. All right. And again, I always like offering constructive advice. There's nothing wrong with it. But when people don't take action on that constructive advice, it just becomes repetitive and it's just like, why did you ask me in the first place again? I don't remember why. You know what I mean? Because you're not doing anything with the information. Okay. And I noticed that some of these people are just talking to talk. So buckle the fuck up. I'm going to be telling you what you need to hear. Again, if you're easily triggered, this might not be the episode for you. I have a plethora of other episodes for you to listen to that are just, simply instruction based and things like that. But this is more mindset related. Okay. If you find yourself going on Google or YouTube and figuring out the best way to, get a six pack, or you figure out or you research better ways to lose weight or new diets and things like that, and you get this information, and then you decide, okay, well, okay, I got this information, and now I'm not going to do anything with this thing. That's the issue. And here in this episode today, my intention is to actually help you break free of that mindset where you actually hold yourself back from applying the information that you've learned. Okay. So buckle the fuck up. That's what we're going to be doing today. So when people ask me the same question for the second or third time, instead of giving them the correct answer, which is what I obviously do what I've obviously done previously, which is something that they'll do nothing with, I ask them this simple question: why didn't you do anything with the advice that I previously offered or that you previously learned? And then I hear, well, Matt, man, the truth is this, bro. I don't have time to cook meals. I'm a busy truck driver. Or someone else will say, you see, Matt, well, I don't want to train legs that hard because the truth is, I don't like feeling sore for 3 days. Okay. And another one would be like, bro, Matt, the truth is, I'm actually training hard and I listened to what you said, but I can't get ripped because of my genetics and I'm not motivated. And to that, I say, your truth is absolute bullshit. When you say the truth is this, the truth is that, Matt, this is the reason why. And like, that's absolute bullshit. So you mean to tell me that the same advice that's worked for millions of other people on this planet way before my existence and likely way after my existence can't be applied to you? Get rid of that dog shit mentality. That is not true. You automatically limit yourself when you take that in. When you automatically say, man, I'm not going to go to the gym because I'm not motivated. Or when you say, I can't do this because of that. It's not true. Unless you're disabled and you physically cannot do something. And like there's a legitimate reason that you can't do something. Like you broke your fucking arm so you can't curl or you can't bench press or whatever. I get that. But if it's just some answer in your head telling yourself, well, Matt, or whoever you are, I can't do the thing because X, Y, and Z, it's not true. Your truth is actually not true. Are you ready to hear the real truth? Because I'm about to break it down. I'm about to just lay it on you straight up, just blunt in your face. All right. The truth is, like, I'm about to let you know this is the truth. Okay. This is the truth. This is the same truth that is congruent with the fact that you're listening to this or watching this on your phone at this point in time right now. It's the same truth that says today is Thursday. All right. You want to know the real truth? Well, you ask for it. So the truth is this: you don't want it bad enough. All right, you do not want it bad enough. And guys and girls, I'm not speaking from a moral high horse here. I've definitely been in this position where I've got information and didn't actually apply it, whether it's for my fitness, whether it's for my business, whether for anything. I've gotten advice and haven't applied it. So I'm not ripping you a new one and just pretending like I'm perfect here. That's not the case whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I'm telling you from the other side of the fence where the grass is actually greener that this is something you need to break. You don't want it bad enough. You have the answer, you have the knowledge, you have the energy, but you don't have the will. You don't want it bad enough. And another thing, you're extremely fucking lazy. You have to admit that. This is something that I had to admit myself. I didn't want to apply the information that I was given or that I accumulated because I was being extremely fucking lazy. I didn't want to do anything. I'm like, oh, it's cool that I know this now, and I'm gonna, I don't know, put this in my program, or I'm gonna do something with this information, and never did anything with it. Why? Because one, I didn't want it bad enough. I didn't have the will and or the want, or two, sorry, I was extremely fucking lazy. And guys and girls, you want everything to fall in your lap just because you thought of it. That's like sort of like the mindset I realized that people have whenever it comes to, you know, this sort of getting information, asking for information, Googling a whole bunch of stuff, watching a bunch of informational YouTube videos, and not doing anything about it. You want everything to fall on your lap simply because you thought of it? It doesn't work like that, bro. It really doesn't. And if it did work like that, my truth, quote unquote, would have allowed me to earn $1 million just by talking about it, just by thinking about it, just by researching about it. But the truth, as opposed to my truth, the truth is that I haven't worked for it. So it's not fucking possible yet to get that $1 million in my shoes. Guys and girls, you've heard this time and time again, and I'm going to tell it to you. All right. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, you're all watching. You're all listening. The podcast, Apple, Spotify, all of that. You're listening. Tune the fuck in. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. I'm going to repeat that again. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. So stop lying to yourself with your quote unquote truth about why you can't do something if you're perfectly fucking healthy and you can do it. You've got to come to terms with yourself, admit it. Honestly, it does take quite some balls. I'll tell you with personal experience because I've been that guy. You've got to face yourself in the mirror and say, I'm being fucking lazy right now. Like, that's the reason why. It's not that I'm not motivated. I'm just being lazy. I'm making a choice to not do something based off of something that I'm thinking about, which is laziness. And another thing is that's supplemented by the fact that I don't actually want this thing, or at least I don't want it as bad as I think I do. I don't have the will for it, therefore I can't develop the want for it. I don't have the will for it, therefore I can't develop the want for it. That's what it manifests into, and it will become something that you can see in your patterns day to day. Okay, stop lying to yourself about why you can't, and start telling yourself the truth, which is I'm not doing it because I'm deciding to be lazy, because I don't want this enough, because I don't have the willpower. And then once you start to actually realize that, you have a ground, you have somewhere to build up on, a foundation to start climbing up from in order to actually develop yourself or achieve that goal of yours. If it's to lose 20 pounds or to put on 10 pounds of muscle or to, make your business hit six figures a year, whatever it is. All right. You got to start telling yourself the truth, the real truth, not your truth, the real truth, which is the fact that you just don't want it bad enough. You're extremely lazy, and that's why you haven't applied the free information that you've gained from either me or Google or YouTube, the podcast, anything. Okay, I'm tired. I'm sick because I know where I've been in that position, guys and girls. Like I'm sick and tired of people with so much fucking potential that are healthy, that have, even if you're not healthy because you're obese, you have the mind. Your brain is telling you, I want to do something that is better for me. Like you kind of want it, but you don't want it bad enough. Like, be grateful for that. Like, you have so much fucking potential just for yourself knowing that you want to put yourself in a better position. That alone is potential. And you waste it when you give away so much time to just not doing the thing simply because you're overthinking. As I said, I'm tired of seeing people with so much potential waste their time because they constantly lie to themselves and they constantly say, "Well, my truth is that I'm too busy. My truth is that my kids are in the way. My truth is that this, that, and the other thing." When in actuality, there is a way to move around those obstacles. but you just don't want it bad enough. And if you did, believe me, actions speak louder than words, and you'd be fucking on your way to where you want to go or exactly where you need to be. Period. Look in the mirror. Okay. If you are struggling with your body image, if you want to change your body, if you want to lose weight, and you tell yourself, I'm not motivated, look in the mirror. That's all the fucking truth and motivation that you'll need. If you're fucking broke and you hate your job, and you've been working on the side hustle, or you've been dreaming about the side hustle that you've wanted to get into for so many years, and you say, I'm not motivated, I'm so tired after work. My truth is that I have no energy after work because X, Y, and Z, the kids. Okay, maybe looking in the mirror might not help you. Open up your phone, look at your fucking bank account. If you don't see the figures that you like, that's all the fucking truth and motivation that you need. Does that make sense? You know exactly what you need to do. We both know that. And no matter how much information that you accumulate online, no matter how many YouTube videos, how many podcasts, no matter how many questions you ask professional bodybuilders or whatever it is for your specific goal, nothing will change unless you are able to tell yourself the real truth as opposed to your quote unquote truth, your truth, your made up lies. You know exactly what you need to do. I'm out. That's it. That's all. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, share it with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. All right, let's embrace your inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. Podcast episodes in the air. I'm going to be looking through some comments on TikTok, and I don't think I got any on Instagram today. Nope. So TikTok. I think they're mostly nice things. Seb says, hey, yo, I ain't gay, but sheesh. You're funny, bro. Appreciate it. Humbled. Uh, Goal 1K, follow the host. I appreciate the follow. Seb, appreciate the follow. You know what it is, Nixon. Hey, what's up, bro? Seneca Clark says, so passionate. Are you upset? No, I'm not upset. And I appreciate it. Yes, I'm always passionate when I'm delivering because why the hell would I, just throw something at you? I want you to feel what I have to give you, metaphorically speaking. Seneca Clark says, you sound like Andrew Tate. Honestly, I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Shout out, free top G. Seneca Clark says, why so serious? Oh my. I appreciate you. I'm not so serious. I'm just passionate. I'm not mad. She says, no one is arguing against you. No, no, no. No one is arguing against me, but I'm being passionate and I'm delivering this with as much energy as I possibly can. I do that in as many, if not every podcast episode that I upload. That's my goal. I want to deliver with as much passion and as much energy as I possibly can to actually inspire the other person on the other end of the phone listening to this, wherever they are, if they're driving or wherever. I want them to feel the energy so they actually make the change. How about just smile? I smile all the time. I smile all the time. I appreciate you, Seneca. Um, Guns and Butter says, "All right, who you speaking? Who you speaking to, Aki? I'm speaking to everybody, man. I've got TikTok here. I've got Instagram. I've got YouTube rolled up and Facebook, all that. The podcast. This is going to be uploaded there on Spotify and Apple. Hey, Sandalwood Rep. You know what time it is, dog. I appreciate you, fam. I got another question here. I got one question from Sevi. Says, how did you get into bodybuilding? Well, I talked about this so many times in several other podcast episodes, but I will break it down really quickly for you before I fly out, assuming there are no other questions that fly in. So long story short, I got into bodybuilding. I was a freestyle wrestler, right? I was always an athlete like growing up. I played football, all that stuff. So I always just like sports. I always found myself spending time in the gym since I was like 12, 13. My mother would take us to YMCA. I would swim, go into the gym, even though I wasn't allowed to. I'd sneak in with my brother and we'd just work out. So I always had a passion for the gym. Around the time I was 19 years old, my other friend, whose name was Matt, also his name is Matt, he was going through a breakup, and I was going through a breakup too at that time. And we just decided that we were going to go compete and just, get this shit off of our chest. Cause it's like, what are you going to do? Sit down and just like be depressed and shit, or just fucking challenge yourself, find something new to do. So that's what happened. We ended up getting ready and competing at our very first show at the same time, same show, two different classes. He competed in physique, I competed in bodybuilding, both natural. And after that, it was pretty much history. I won that show, even though I doubted that I was going to even do good. I was sort of doing it just to feel good after the breakup and give myself something to train for in the gym because I was already always in the gym. and I wasn't wrestling anymore. So I lost that competitive edge, and it just gave me my competitive edge back. It gave me my spark back, and I decided that this is something that I don't want to let go of, because whenever I'm competitive, I always notice that I do amazing things in my life. Like I do things that I think that I'm normally not possible that are normally not possible for me. Like I always break boundaries and I always shatter my own reality mentally when it comes to my limiting beliefs whenever I'm competing. So I got in basically like any other bodybuilder. You know the cliche they say breakups make bodybuilders. I was, I guess, a part of that statistic, and I competed at 19 years old. The following year, at 20 years old, I did my first nationals. I won that. Um, the following year, I did another nationals. I came second place, and then the following year, I did another show. There was COVID, and then the following year, I competed. I won my second national title, and I actually earned my IFBB Pro card. And that's it. That's history. And here we are. Throughout that time period, I switched from being a full time security guard and a bouncer working two jobs to essentially being an entrepreneur. And now here we are, man. Like I'm just living the life of my dreams, serving people, helping people. And that's like what I was, it's very evident that I was put on this planet to do that. Like I've got a lot of energy to do that. Right. So yeah, it's a pretty good question. I appreciate that. Sevi says, I like that story, especially the competition part. I appreciate you, bro. I thank you for asking. People, you know what time it is. Um, Fabulous. Shout out Andrew Tate. Free Top G. You know what time it is, bro.